I'm driving, and I got a few minutes out. I figured I'll talk to you guys about the Shannon Sharpe thing. Shannon Sharpe got fired. Shannon Sharpe's contract expired. Shannon Sharpe is tired, and he should retire. Bars. He got fired from ESPN because of the lawsuit that was against him. And I believe in that lawsuit there was some allegations of SA. You know, certain things I can't see on YouTube. There's some allegations of SA. You know what that means. And it was with an OnlyFans girl. Now, he claims it was consensual. There are some text messages going back and forth that seem to indicate that some of it was consensual. Either way, ESPN suspended him for a little bit. And then after he settled, all right, he claimed that he was being set up and so on and so forth. After he settled, shortly after that, ESPN fired his butt. Now, he also asked for ESPN, after all of that, he asked for ESPN to say, hey, my brother is going to the Hall of Fame. Can you at least wait to after my brother gets inducted to the Hall of Fame and then, fire me? ESPN said, nah, forget that, homie. Forget that, homie. You're gone. Gone. How did Justin Timberlake say, gone? Gone. Yeah, you're gone. Gone. And here's what we can learn from this. Shannon Sharpe was having a crazy run, right? What they call it, a generational run. Shannon Sharpe was having a generational run. Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, ESPN with Stephen A. What's the other one he had, or still has? I said Nightcap. What's the other one? What's the other one, y'all? It is Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay. He had that. He had some great celebrities. If you think they're great, I'm just saying great in terms of their notoriety, not great in what they represent. I want to be clear about that, but great in their notoriety, right? He had those type of people on his show. Generational run. This is after having a Hall of Fame football career. And it's all, and now he's got sponsors pulled back and everything. His generational run is getting ruined because of some indiscretion with the OnlyFans girl. And it getting out. And now certain brands don't want to be attached to that. And the lesson is, I got to make this turn for y'all because I'm a life coach. I'm also a believer in God. And I say that without any hesitation, I believe in God. I follow the precepts of the Holy Bible. So here's what I'm thinking. God gives all of us abilities and gifts. And he's given this man so much ability, and he has a gift, even though he has speech impediment, if you want to call it that. God has given him the ability to speak and connect and give us a voice that sounds like our uncle. God has given him the ability to have a great athletic career and the ability to make wealth. And what he's done is he sullied all of that. He dirtied it up. Now, mind you, yes, he's a single man. There are some people who will say, okay, he should be able to do what he wants to do, and so on and so forth. All right, to a certain extent. Because if we're following our Bible, he shouldn't have been laying around with nasty women. Single or not. Right? Single or not, your body is still a temple. Single or not, you still have to take care of what God is giving you, internally and externally. And so he's dirtied up his temple. He hasn't gone to get married, even though he's 50 plus? How old is he? He has to be 50 plus. Hasn't gone off to get married. Hasn't taken care of and mismanaged the things that God has given him and the impact and the platform that has been given to him. And so now we see the results. The results are, it has to be taken away from you. The results are, you're not going to have as much pull as you used to have out here in the media. And so we have to grab the lesson of whatever God gives us on our level. Because God wants to give you what you can handle. Whatever he's given us on our level, we have to make sure that we're doing exactly what God wants us to do. With the platform he gives us, if he decides to give us a platform, we have to make sure that we're doing exactly what he called us to do with our bodies. We have to do exactly what he wants us to do with every gift, and be mindful of the temptations that come with some of the places we are called to. When you're called to have impact, when you're called to have a voice, when you're called to inspire people, there will be things and forces and people that will try to attach themselves to you for the sake of your destruction. Because nobody wants to see you have, I can't say nobody, but there are certain groups that don't want you to have a positive impact. I may have to cut some of this video. This might be too real, even for some people to hear. But there are forces, let's call it what it is. The enemy doesn't want you to be able to be out there and be a positive force. So what is he going to try to do? He's going to try to tempt you. If you're a man, with him, a man with some muscles, a man with some muscle, a man with nice white teeth. If you're a man, what's the easiest temptation to get you with? Women. Women. So men, we got to be careful. We got to be careful who we hang around with. We have to be careful who we talk to, who we spend too much time with. We have to make sure that we approach all decisions that we make with what God has given us with a mindset of, is this God's will? Would God be pleased with this? And guess what? If God isn't, if you say God ain't gonna be pleased with this, nah, this ain't right. If you feel any kind of rub, any kind of friction, any kind of step on your toe-ness, any kind of uneasiness, any kind of that, then that means that you could be and probably are approaching or out of the will of God with that current thought, potential action, decision. And you should flee. If you resist the enemy, he will flee. You should flee yourself. You should resist and run away from, flee from, excuse me, whatever is trying to trip you up. And as you resist it, the enemy will flee. So we should flee to allow the enemy to flee. We can't get too wrapped up in these things of the world. These things are fleeting. God's things are eternal. I've been on here 10 minutes. This is Coach Julian's giving me something to think about.